You want to command the presence in a room as a leader and as a CEO. You need to master your executive presence. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the power of executive presence and how, as a leader, how you can master your executive presence in a room. You want to make sure that you're able to project power. You have to project the fact that you're a leader, and you want to do that in style. And in this video, I'm going to be looking at 4 major areas that you need to pay attention to. We're looking at your tone and your speaking style. And we'll take a deep dive into your posture, your body language, active listening principles and styles. Now, the 4th one, how to balance between authority and approachability as a leader. This is what we're going to be discussing in this video as we explore the power of executive presence. Welcome once again. I'm Dr. Olumoyo. I'm the business and executive coach. And welcome to another episode of the CEO Leadership Strategy Series, where we explore principles of leadership for leaders and CEOs in businesses, institutions, anywhere you may be. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a deep dive. We're going to be discussing the power of executive presence, my own learnings as a leader and a CEO, and what I've learned about this powerful tool that you can actually implement as a leader and as a CEO. And the structure of this video is going to take about 30 minutes. We're going to be looking at introduce the concept, we'll define the concept, then we'll look at a very deep dissection, a deep dive into the topic. I will talk about those 4 areas I mentioned. We're going to be talking about your tone and speaking style, your posture and your body language, and your active listening, capacity, and also style and skill. Then how do you balance authority with approachability? After that, we take quickly, some practical techniques and skills you can implement. Then we do 2 case studies. Then I'll take 5 questions, and I'll wrap it up. These are questions that have come across my way on this topic that people have asked me. I want to delve into it and actually share my own example, my own take on it. And I believe that at the end of the day, you will get a lot of value from this video. So thank you for watching the channel. At this point in time, I'd like to say, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so. And I also want you to follow the CEO Leadership Strategy Series, which has about 50 principles, 50 videos that is going to really empower you as a leader. I also want to encourage you to learn and share to other leaders may benefit from this video. So let us dive in very, very fast. So the first thing we're going to do is to define the concept of executive presence. And for me, it's very simple. I don't like to use big, ambiguous words that take away the meaning of descriptions and explanations. So for me, it's a blend of your tone, your body posture, your body language, your communication style, and how you are able to instill trust and how you're able to command respect in a room and also with people that you communicate with. That's what executive presence is all about. And in my experience in the last 2 decades as a leader and as a CEO, it's a very, very powerful tool. It's a very, very powerful skill that you need to have as a CEO. And it's very, very important in this day and age because you want to be able to command respect in a business environment. And when you meet with people, the first impression matters a lot. How they see you. Most people that you relate to at very high level will not give you most of the time second chances to actually make a first impression. So your first impression has to be solid and bold as you actually approach them and as you relate in a given meeting. These meetings can be as short as 2-3 minutes. You meet someone in an elevator, somebody's about to get away, you get opportunity to say something quickly. And you want to be able to command respect as a leader and a CEO. And these are very, very important. These are non-verbal cues. It goes a long way to actually show how authentic you are as a leader, make your communications very authentic, and makes you to be able to break a lot of opportunities as a leader. And in the real world today, the truth about it is that CEOs or leaders are constantly being assessed, and you must be able to balance authority, approachability, to be able to inspire your team, and also to inspire the members of your board, or if you're in a room where you have people at that capacity, in a boardroom kind of scenario, you want to be able to inspire leadership, and make sure that they see you and they have the right perspective about you as a leader. So the truth about it is that you must be able to show strong executive presence every time you communicate as a leader. And with this tool, with this skill, you can actually shift your company culture and elevate your team, their morale. Anytime you have to address an issue, you want to be able to inspire them. This skill will help you to do that. So let's dive into the topic quickly. So we look at 4 areas. The first thing, the 4 elements we're going to look at is your tone and your speaking style. Your tone has to be confident. You set the stage for clear communication, when it comes to executive presence. The tone you choose to speak with must be confident. Your tone must be confident. Your voice shouldn't be shaky, and you need to be able to be calm when you're speaking as a leader. If you see the way I release this video, the way I do this video, you notice that I'm calm when I'm talking. The truth about it is that you have to practice this. You have to decide to be calm when you're talking. Most of the time, the people you are leading are actually looking up to you to actually inspire confidence in them. And when you talk as a leader, you're not calm, you're not confident, irrespective of what is going on, it actually affects them. It affects them morale. So you want to be able to make sure that you instill confidence in people by you first modeling that confidence to them. So it comes from your tone. Your tone has to be clear. It has to sound confident, and you have to appear calm in your body. And you modulate your speech. Make sure that your speech is not rushed. You pause. You emphasize what is important, and you actually avoid using unnecessary words. Make sure that your words, your speech has a lot of impact. It is clear. There is no ambiguity about it, and you're able to emphasize the things that are important. So your tone must be confident. That's the truth about it. Then the second thing you need to do is to master the right posture and body language. Body language is very, very powerful. When it comes to communication, people watch the way you talk, and they take the decision on the way you talk more than what comes out of your mouth. You may be saying the right things as a leader, but if you don't appear confident and they can see that in your body language, then what you are saying will not really make a lot of impact. But when your body language is as powerful or even more powerful than what you're saying, then people will believe exactly everything you're saying. So one of the ways to actually, make sure that you demonstrate a very good body posture and body language is the way you stand. The way you stand is very, very important. You must stand or sit upright and have the proper posture. Don't have a posture that shows that you are laid back, that you are lounging. Look at this video, I'm seated upright. I'm looking right at you, right in the camera. I appear calm. I'm not under any form of pressure. And I'm able to, have the discussion in a very calm way. So you need to be upright. You need to have an open posture, which signifies authority. See the way I'm talking, is an open posture. I'm not, behaving like I'm not cringing. I'm not, just have an open posture. You can hold your hand like this, be steady, and just talk and demonstrate that confidence as a leader. And you can also demonstrate what is called the power posture, which involves standing tall, standing upright, your shoulders back, and all that, standing upright, with your shoulders back. You can actually just the way I'm standing right now, I imagine me standing uprightly, and I'm standing, chested out, looking bold and confident. That's a power structure. You don't appear as if you're lounging, you're slouching. Sit upright. Look bold, look confident when you appear before people. It's very, very important. And when you stand tall like that, your shoulders back, chest out, you look confident when you talk. That's the truth. It boosts your confidence. When you're in a big meeting or you're sitting, talking in front of a large crowd, this is very, very important. Very, very important. You have to be able to demonstrate that confidence when you talk. The third principle I'll be sharing is active listening. You must be able to listen to people actively. One of the powers of a good leader is the power to listen. Because if you don't listen, people will know. They will know that you already made a decision before you even hear them, and they will not take you seriously. You will not be respected as a leader. You have to be able to demonstrate that you are here to listen to people, and when you listen, it helps you to make a very good decision as a leader. And one of the key skills in listening is eye contact. When somebody is talking, you want to be able to maintain eye contact with them. Just the same way I'm looking at this camera, and maintaining good eye contact. You want to be able to look at them. And it shows some level of sincerity, some level of seriousness, that you take what they are saying very, very seriously, and you are actually listening to them. It assures people that they have somebody they are talking to that is actually listening to them. And you must be able to, from time to time, affirm what they're saying. One of the ways you can do that is by nodding, or hand gestures, things like that. I can show that I agree with you, I can hear you, please go ahead, and things like that. So that you can demonstrate that you are following what they're saying and you are taking them seriously. The fourth principle I'll be talking about is balancing your authority and approachability. As a leader, you want to be able to demonstrate authority when you speak. Even when you write, your tone of writing should demonstrate authority. But when we're talking about speaking here, we're talking about executive presence. When you are before people, you want to make sure that you are able to balance authority with approachability. You want to make sure that you are decisive. While you are decisive as a leader, and that's very critical, that's very important. You must also show empathy. Also show empathy and understanding and openness in your discussion with people. Everything must not be about you. Be willing to listen to people, listen to their perspective. And when they are talking, don't show any disgust. Don't show any negative emotion to say that, what are you talking about? Are you even smart at all? Things like that. They can be very derogatory when you say it, and they can be very condescending when you display that attitude to people that are listening to you. So you want to make sure that you can balance authority with approachability. People should see you as a leader that has empathy, that's ready to listen to people, while at the same time is confident and demonstrate authority in the way they speak. So you have to be assertive. You have to command respect, but do it with warmth, do it with kindness, do it with grace. Don't do it with any form of harshness, brute force. Don't appear crude. Appear in a way elegant, the way you interact with people, the way you listen to people, and the way you manage your interaction with them, and make sure that you're able to be warm at all times so that you can build a lot of rapport. When you do that, when you are warm towards people as a leader, people will come up, they will say more, they will feel more confident in their skin to share more things with you, and you will be able to get more out of them. Because when you listen very well as a leader, a lot of feedback will come to you, a lot of information will come to you. When people know that you don't listen as a leader and you're not approachable, they will hide a lot of information from you. When things are going on in the organization and you're supposed to know, they won't share it with you because your attitude will not even accept it anyway. So you want to make sure that you're able to demonstrate that you are approachable, but at the same time, your authority is not in doubt as a leader. The truth about it is that if you are the leader, you're the leader. Nobody's going to take it away from you. So you don't need to rub it in their eyes all the time and use it as an intimidating tool. So you must calm down as a leader. You have the authority, but be warm, be willing to receive people, have that open mind, and show empathy when people are talking. You get more out of them that way. So I would like to also know that these things can be practiced, and you want to make sure that you get ready before you go into a meeting. You actually feel very confident in your own skin. Before you go into a meeting, you might decide to say some affirmations. You might decide to just calm yourself down by breathing in, breathing out, and make sure that you are calm and all that. Any other thing you can do to make sure that you're in the right frame of mind before going to a meeting is very, very important. You want to do that. And you want to make sure that you know, maintain that power, pose, stand upright, shoulders back, chest out, and you want to make sure that you speak with confidence. There's not more to it than that. And the more you practice it, the better you have delivering and demonstrating that executive presence. Whatever you have to say, you have a speech, you have a presentation, make sure that you are properly prepared, you have properly reviewed it, you have all your facts, you have all the important things before you, and you don't appear under pressure when you're trying to deliver it. If you are delivering a content, a presentation, or a speech that is prepared by you, everything there is from you. You understand the concept very well. You will deliver it in style, you'll be confident. One of the reasons why people also are not able to deliver good executive presence is because they are afraid or they are anxious. Maybe you have been asked to speak in front of a large crowd and you feel that you are a bit disadvantaged. You have to just prepare your mind. You have to, be able to see yourself before that crowd, speaking confidently. You actually get your mind to that state where it's comfortable speaking in front of people. And one of the techniques I use when I'm speaking in front of a very large crowd is to look straight in front of the camera. It's like the camera there. And in that view, where you are aiming at the camera, look for one or two people in that range of view and focus on them as if you are talking to them directly. So that way you are looking at the camera. At the same time, you are looking at the eyes of one or two people in that same direction. As you do that, it will adjust your body language because it will make you calmer. It will make you to be able to imagine you are relating with those people or that person one-on-one as you're talking. Remind you that that person is within a crowd. So you're able to fix that person within a crowd. You're able to maintain eye contact. At the same time, you're able to look at the camera. That gives you a very, very good, confident posture, which will actually help you demonstrate that power posture better if you're in that situation. So that can help. Then another technique I also like to share briefly is controlled speaking space. Speaking pace. Your pace is very important. There are times that you may need to talk fast, maybe to demonstrate something or to highlight something, but you want to make sure that you control your breathing as you talk so that you are not rushing what you're saying, you are not out of breath. Then at some point, take deliberate pauses. Take deliberate pauses when you are trying to emphasize on a concept or something very, very important. When you do that, it helps you to maintain, a sense of authority when you speak. When you do that, when you pause, people get relaxed when you're delivering to them. They think about what you said and they take you seriously. And at that point in time, when you pause, after you said something you feel is very important, you want it to sink in. Most of the time, it's very powerful. It will actually, elicit an applause from the audience. And if you watch very powerful speakers, when they get to those points and they say that thing or that phrase they want to say, they want to project, and they pause, the audience will naturally respond. But most of the time, when you rush what you're saying and you don't pause, you don't give them the opportunity to actually do that applause. Most of the time, that applause is started by somebody or a few people, and it quickly erupts into a large one. So you want to be able to take those pauses from time to time and emphasize some key things you're saying. Another technique is integrated active listening, which reflects listening techniques that you can do. For example, you integrate all the things you've said. While you are listening to people, you maintain eye contact, you demonstrate the power pose, and you also, affirm, show that you are listening to them and you are following what they're saying. And you can practice. Make sure you practice. One of the ways you can also practice as a leader is take a camera in front of a mirror, talk as if you are talking to people, see the way your body language is, see the way you talk, see the way you can pace your breath as you speak, your tone, your whatever accent, whatever you want to demonstrate. You can actually practice that. and see how it comes, or you can record yourself in a short video and watch it and see how you're talking. As you do that, the more and more you do that, the more confident, the more comfortable you feel in front of the camera. I was not this confident in front of the camera. It took a while. The more I began to speak, the more I began to do a lot of presentations. I became more confident, and I became more very calm when I speak. One of the things that also helps you to be very calm is if you know your stuff. Whatever you're talking about, you own it, it's yours. You have full understanding of what you're talking about. You'll not be afraid. It actually helps you to build confidence. And as a leader, you want to demonstrate some graciousness, some elegance in what you do. It's not about trying to speak very too beautiful language that you don't have. Speak in the way you know to speak, but make sure that you phonate properly, your words come out clearly, and you don't rush your pace. That's, for me, that's how to maintain executive presence. Those are the skills, those are the practical ways to look at it. And that's it defined in a nutshell, So we come to the case study segment. I'll be looking at two case studies very quickly. And the first one is talking about the leader, one of the leaders at PepsiCo. His name was Indra Nooyi. We'll be talking about his leadership style. He was known to exemplify executive presence. And, as one of the biggest brands, PepsiCo, as a leader, he actually demonstrated this executive presence. You can go back and look at his videos, and you can also learn by looking at videos of great leaders, politicians, presidents. They are masters of things like that. You see the way they talk confidently, they are calm, they don't rush their words. You can only see a president shout. They talk, slowly but confidently, and you can also imbibe these things the more you watch them. So Indra was able to demonstrate executive presence, just like most leaders do. And some of the things he was known for is thoughtful listening. He listens very well. He had the habits of listening very carefully to board members, to employees. And what he did with that is he created an environment of trust. He's easily approachable because of that. Those are some of the things you gain as a leader. When you demonstrate listening, you're empathetic, people will trust you. They'll come to you. They'll be able to speak freely in front of you and when they're with you. And that makes sense. So you also want to be decisive in your communication. When you talk as a leader, you want to be decisive. I can't say this enough. If this is the first video you're watching in this series, I'm going to encourage you to go back to the beginning and watch it from episode 1. And, decisiveness is very, very powerful. You have to be decisive in your communication. You have to have purposeful meetings. Your meetings must be purposeful. As a leader, declare what you want to achieve at the beginning of the meeting. And at the end of the meeting, also review that this purpose you set has been achieved at the end of the meeting. If you're going to a boardroom, you want to make sure that you speak clearly, you are purposeful in your approach, and ensure that the vision is understood. Whatever direction you're trying to paint is understood. Try and explain clearly and make sure that you listen actively when people are responding to you. Because most of the time when you speak as a leader, they listen to you and you begin the opportunity to defend or explain what you're trying to get their buy-in on, or the speech you're trying to make, or maybe question and answer, or there may be questions that will pop up in your mind that you want to be able to answer when you're speaking to that audience. And Indra was able to also impact the team and company culture. He was able to impact and promote a lot of employee morale, confidence that resulted from our balanced lifestyle. And she was very, very empathetic. Approach drove very, very strong strategic decisions that actually featured in the culture of the company. The company's culture was strong, it was empowered, it was strengthened as she led as the leader. She was very big on respect and accountability, and this actually defined her role as the CEO at PepsiCo for many years. The second case study is talking about another leader is how you can, as a leader, ensure that you actually get buy-in of people. There are times in business environment where you are trying to make a pitch or you are facing a major decision. For example, let's say your company is going through a merger, an acquisition deal that must go through, and you are inspired in that. And you want to make sure that you're able to come across as a company that is serious. If, for example, you want to convince another company, for example, to go into a merger arrangement with you, a lot, apart from what's in the papers, what has been written, what has been documented, as a leader, the way you come across, the way you communicate is very, very important. So despite whatever challenges you may face, you want to make sure you focus on your body language. On a critical day like that, when you're about to make a pitch or say something very important or convince a client to actually sign a deal, you want to moderate your voice modulation. You want to speak with confidence. You want to make sure you also listen actively when people are talking to you. Demonstrate the power posture. Talk clearly. Talk confidently when you are in that room where you are making a presentation, you're having that conversation. And as you demonstrate it as a leader in that negotiation, in that meeting, in that way giving that speech, you'll be able to manage the reaction of people in the room. And as you also read the reaction of people in the room, with emotional intelligence, you will respond, also adjusting yourselves to the situation. If somebody is getting angry, the issue is getting heated, you don't respond with that same kind of energy. You have to play calm and choose your words very carefully and make sure that your tone and your body language demonstrate respect, demonstrate graciousness, demonstrate calm and confidence, regardless of the way other people are responding to you. At the end of the day, the person that takes the higher ground in terms of leadership will be respected more at the end of the day. So the truth about it is that executive presence is not an innate trait. You have to develop it. It's a set of skills that you have to choose to drive, you have to choose to develop, you have to choose to master and exercise to achieve business success. That's the truth about it. And as you do that, you will get better. As you do that, you will get better. It's about practice. And when you practice, also get feedback from people. How did I do at my speech? How did I do at the meeting? Did I appear confident? How did I handle it? And like I said, own your stuff. Whatever you have come to discuss, whatever you have come to share, own it. It's yours. Make sure you understand what you're talking about. You fully believe in what you're talking about, and you can explain it to people. And if you keep these principles, you listen very actively, because most of the time when you speak, people will respond. If you are in an executive position and you attend meetings like boardrooms, people will respond and they will give you opportunity to have a rebuttal. That is very key. That's where active listening comes in. Because if you don't listen to them well, your response will be wrong. You will miss the mark. And most of the time, you may not be given second chances. A lot of people at high level don't like to talk 2 or 3 times. When they talk once, they expect that you get a message. So you have to listen very actively. Very, very important. People you are dealing with don't suffer fools, because that time is very important. They are very, 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 very conscious of that time. So when they speak to you once, they expect you to get it and respond intelligently. Very, very important. So we've come to the end of the 2 case studies. We talked about Indra at PepsiCo and how she was able to demonstrate executive presence, empathy. She was able to encourage employee morale and boost the culture of the organization. She was decisive in her communication at PepsiCo, and she led very well as a leader. She promoted the culture of respect and she also displayed it. So what I want to advise you to do is to practice, listen to a lot of leaders. World leaders like President, they're very, very good communicators. They demonstrate very good executive presence. CEOs of large companies, look at the way they talk, look at how they are calm, how they pace their words. And as the more of those videos you watch, the more of them you follow, you will see the styles, the things I've talked about in this video. And you see it and you can practice it the more. So I'm going to be taking 5 questions very quickly. The first one is, what does executive presence mean to you personally? What does executive presence mean to you personally? For me, executive presence for me means the way you project yourself as a leader. And those things to look at are both verbal and non-verbal. If I take the verbal, your tone, very, very important. Your tone must be authoritative, and it must also be nice. It must be good. You must speak properly, speak clearly, and your tone must sound confident. Very, very important. Then your body language, you must look the path. And when talking about body language, I cannot but talk about dressing. You must look the part that you feel. If you are a leader, you are a CEO, you must dress like a leader, you must look like a CEO. That's the first thing, because that even builds your confidence, adds your confidence. If you are well dressed, it helps you to look confident. And it helps for people to take you seriously. That's very, very important. So non-verbal, make sure that you sit very well, the power posture, sit up anywhere. Look at the way I'm sitting. I'm not grouchy. I'm sitting up properly. You sit up properly, appear confident. It makes you appear confident, even without saying anything. Just imagine if you saw me like this, or you saw me like this. I look funny. I look, I don't look serious. But when you sit up, you appear confident, you know. It projects you, your frame, your posture looks good. And even when you're phonating, when you want to speak, if you are sitting up properly or you are standing, you're able to speak out loudly and more clearly, and people will hear you, especially when you're facing your audience. It makes you able to project your voice. Your voice comes out clearer and louder. So all that helps. So verbal and non-verbal, that's how you project your executive presence. The second question, how do you think one's tone or body language affect their daily interactions? How do you think one's tone or body language affect their daily interactions? So I want to be able to, the truth about it is that when you demonstrate confidence as a leader and you demonstrate executive presence, people will be gravitated towards you. That's one thing. They will respect you. The perspective they will have of you will be better as a leader. You appear confidence. You'll be able to instill trust. You'll be able to actually empower the morale of your followers, of your employees, and you'll be able to demonstrate good leadership styles. And people will trust you more as a leader. That's the truth about it. And this way, it will impact your daily interaction with people. And don't forget that active listening is very, very important. You want to listen very well and make sure that when you respond very, very well. And make sure that you're able to improve on these things as you communicate with people. The third question I'm going to be asking is, can you share an instance where active listening transformed a challenging conversation into a breakthrough? I've had so many instances. I've had to attend very big ticket transactional negotiations with a potential client, and the ability to demonstrate executive presence helps you to, number one, calm the customer. From the way you even show up, the way you pull up as a leader. I'm not talking about the car and all that. The way you enter a meeting room, the way you are dressed, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you sit, and the way you listen to the customer is very, very important. And when you talk clearly with confidence. You pause, you emphasize what is important. You speak well from the point of an experienced leader, somebody that knows the business, knows the game. And when you do that, you talk confidently as a leader, as a CEO, a client will take it seriously. So that's how I've managed a lot of ITK presentations. I look the part as a leader, as a CEO, well-dressed. And I speak very well with confidence, calmly, project my work clearly, right volume, and I demonstrate emotional intelligence. When I see change of emotion in the room, I remain calm, and I demonstrate graciousness as a leader. When you do that, you focus on what is important, focus on technicality, expertise, and experience. You will be able to manage the day. The fourth question is, what small action can you implement today, or can one implement to project authority without compromising approachability? Number one is to appear gracious. When you are a leader, you're a CEO, you have to realize that you're in a position of power. People look up to you as a leader. And that trust, you must manage it very well. You must treat people with respect. Make them feel welcome when they are talking to you. Make them feel important when they are talking to you. And when you respond, you project authority. It doesn't mean that you are less confident. You project authority. At the same time, you are calm to make them understand the reason behind your stand on something or your position on something and what decision you like to take on that position. So that's the way you can actually project the authority at the same time, not compromise your approachability. So appear calm, nice, be gracious to people, listen and let people know that you're listening to them. Maintain very good eye contact. Affirm to show that you are following, and make sure when you respond, address all the issues they've raised and try and make sure that you do that with confidence and at the same time authority. So the last question I'll be answering is, who is a leader? Which leader do you admire that demonstrate executive presence? And what are the qualities that they demonstrate? For example, most world presidents actually are very, very good. They are executive presence. You see the way they talk, they are very calm, they are very confident. And if you want to master executive presence, watch world leaders, watch a lot of world leaders, presidents, the way they talk. They are calm. And when they talk as if they own the country. They talk as if they own the world. That's the truth. And when you understand who you are, you understand your level of authority, you don't shout, and you talk calmly, you talk with authority, you talk with confidence. So that's one thing. Most world leaders, most presidents, if you see them, they are confident. When they talk, they are an authority. So they talk as if what they are saying is correct all the time when they are saying nonsense. A very good example is Donald Trump. He can be saying a lot of nonsense, but he will be dead confident. That's how he won the election. He will be dead confident. That's the truth about it. You can't take that away from him. He's confident, he's decisive. Even when he's making wrong decisions, he's decisive. And what people don't understand is that the last election, the 2024 election in the US, for me, Donald Trump was the most decisive leader. Most of the time, what he was saying was not correct. A lot of misinformation, but he was decisive. He was the most decisive of the two top candidates. And people will move in the direction of the person that is decisive. Obama was also a very powerful leader. When he speaks, he inspires you. And that's how he was able to lead the country for 2 years. And the truth about it is that, for 2 tenures as a president of the United States. So decisiveness is very, very important. Talking confidently, authoritatively, most leaders have that. But when you speak about issues, you need to appear decisive, even when you are not completely correct. Because at that point in time, we are speaking based on all information available to you, the knowledge, your background, your experience, you have to make a decision. And when we are talking about your position on something, your understanding of the concept of an issue or where you stand on it, you have to appear decisive about what you're talking about. So for me, examples of good world leaders that embody executive presence are world presidents, presidents of countries, actually. If you listen to each one of them, whichever one of them is your fan, if you're a fan of any of one of them, pick any of them, listen to them regularly, look at the way they communicate, look at the way they speak, look at their body language, look at their posture, and a lot of things I've said in this video, you'll pick it up from watching those things. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you have stayed up to this point, I'm very, very grateful. I'd like to appreciate you. I want to encourage you to subscribe. You're yet to subscribe and also watch other episodes of the CEO Leadership Strategy series. There's so much to learn from. I look forward to seeing you in the comment section. But before we go, let's do a quick recap. Don't forget that we looked at the impact of your tone, your posture, and your body language in achieving executive presence and making sure that you demonstrate the power of executive presence. The art of active listening. And when you listen with confidence. Make sure you listen with confidence and you show that you are following the person that is speaking. Also, we talked about how to balance between authority and approachability. Be gracious as a leader. As much as you're an authority, you demonstrate confidence. Also be gracious, show empathy, listen to people, and you let them know that you take whatever they're saying very important. And we talked about Indra Nooyi at PepsiCo, how she was able to lead with very good executive presence. She demonstrated a lot of empathy, and she was able to, empower the company culture in the right direction. And you need to be able to practice this skill from time to time. Watch world leaders, presidents that demonstrate all this executive presence, and you can learn more from watching them. So I want to encourage, as you come to the end of this video, I want to encourage you to actually practice this skill. Make sure that you are conscious of it before you go into a meeting. You can actually practice for 1 or 2 minutes, speak before a meeting in front of your home camera. You can record it, or you just watch yourself speak. It allows you to actually be confident and make sure that you are able to demonstrate that executive presence as a leader. Thank you for listening to another episode of the CEO Leadership Series. Click, like, and subscribe, and also share with other leaders that you feel would benefit from this video. I would like to say that I really appreciate you for watching this video, and I look forward to your comments. Your comments might help me to actually produce another video that might be of benefit to you. So thank you very much, and see you at the next video. Thank you.